Hi, I'm Dave Ertl, employment lawyer at Ertl Lawyers. When a client has been dismissed, one of the common things they'll say is they're going to have a hard time finding a job because of their age. So that's the topic of this video. How does age affect severance pay? In terms of your entitlements under your provincial employment standards legislation, which are meant to be minimums only, age is totally irrelevant. Those entitlements are based entirely and solely on your length of service, full stop. For the most part, the older you are at the age of termination, the more weight will likely be given to your age as a factor in considering your notice period. The basic rationale is that the older you get, the more difficult time you'll have in finding reemployment. Basically, it comes down to ageism. Employers believe older workers are more expensive, aren't tech savvy, will have more absences, health issues, and a shorter work life compared to their counterparts. Sadly, I know that for many of my older clients, termination can mean a forced retirement. In the world of employment law, when you reach your late 30s to early 40s, courts will certainly acknowledge your age as a consideration in determining your notice period. Indeed, one court took notice of a 37-year-old employee stating this person was young enough to start a career with a new company, but at the same time disadvantaged as compared to a person at the beginning of his or her working years. When you hit age 45, it's an important threshold. In fact, the Supreme Court of Canada has stated that, barring specific skills, it's generally known that persons over 45 have more difficulty finding work than others. They don't have the flexibility of the young, a disadvantage often accentuated by the fact that the latter are frequently more recently trained in the more modern skills. When you hit 50, notice periods start to rise dramatically, even with employees with short service. For example, in one case, a 52-year-old computer science employee with 2.5 years of service was awarded 7 months of notice. In another case, a 53-year-old employee with just 9 months of service was awarded 5 months of notice. And in a case where we represented a client who was 58 years old, a warehouse employee, he was awarded 22 months of notice. At age 60 and above, the courts acknowledged the likelihood of extremely stiff competition with younger workers, made worse perhaps by prospective employers' perception that the employee might retire. In one case, a 60-year-old employee with only 3.5 years of service was awarded 10 months' notice, given that she didn't wish to retire yet, but she faced greater barriers because of her age. In another case, a 64-year-old manager of accounting with 5 years of service was awarded 12 months of notice. And in a case we argued, the court said the following about a 67-year-old employee. While the plaintiff has evinced no desire to retire at this time, prospective employers may reasonably expect that he is closer to doing so than a younger candidate applying for the same job. All things being equal, the plaintiff's age would tend to argue for a longer rather than a shorter notice period. If you've been terminated and you believe your age will be a factor in your ability to find comparable employment, you need expert help. We have extensive experience negotiating severance packages for older workers. Ertl Lawyers offers a free consultation and fair and flexible rates, including contingency fees. Give us a call. Our help can make all the difference.